If you're considering offering a maintenance program in your HVAC business, today we're going to talk about what benefits you must include in your maintenance program so that your customers stay satisfied and loyal forever. Most HVAC business owners know they should have a maintenance program, but if you're like most, you don't have one, and if you do, it's not selling, it's not growing, or it's basically just a discount plan with a fancy name. Here's the truth. Most homeowners don't really know what they want in a maintenance plan. They're not HVAC experts. They just want their AC and heating system to work when they need it to. So it's your job to know what really matters to them, even if they can't say it out loud. And that's where great maintenance programs stand out. They're designed with the homeowner's peace of mind in mind, not just to fill a slow season or lock in recurring revenue. Hi, my name is Frederick, and I've been an owner-operator at ColdSolutions for over 13 years. And we've been successfully implementing maintenance programs that have helped us generate over $500K in revenue with very little marketing and a very, very small team. In this video, I'm going to show you how to design a maintenance membership that homeowners are excited to join, stay subscribed to, and refer you to their friends, while helping your business create steady revenue, stronger customer relationships, and year-round service opportunities. I'll break down what benefits matter most to customers, what benefits you must include in a successful maintenance program, and the actual maintenance that will be performed. All right, let's dive in. I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to take a look. I'm going to start off by something I mentioned in a previous video I recorded, how the maintenance service agreement, or finding the right name for your maintenance program, is very important. And also, besides being very important, as a beginner, when you're first going to implement this maintenance program or a maintenance program, you don't even know what to call it. And so I wanted to give this example how we used to call it maintenance service agreement. And I'm highlighting that right here on there. This is our 2019 version. And then on the right, we have our 2021 version. So what we've been operating for the past 4 years without any more changes after we first implemented it in 2013, right? And ever since 2013, we're improving on it until we got to the point where we're at right now. And we call it a preventive maintenance service membership. Why? Because customers now pay up monthly, right? And it's easier to understand. And our technicians are there to prevent service calls. That's why it's maintenance or preventive maintenance. Very, very important and a big selling point to the customers, right? That we don't want those urgency service calls by us performing maintenance. So we're going to go there and perform the best possible maintenance that we could possibly perform. So there's more on that first video, but I wanted to start there, sharing how we have evolved our maintenance program. And by you taking a look at this video, we ultimately are saving you a lot of trial and error by just implementing what we're going to share on this video. And you can see here some of the benefits that we included. Back then, we didn't have adding R22 or 410A refrigerant charge to the equipment. So if you become a maintenance member at ColdSolutions, we will add refrigerant included in your membership, free of charge, right? Different benefits that we've added. New benefit here is locked-in diagnostic price and locked-in prevent maintenance price. So we're locking you in. As soon as you join, your price is grandfathered in. And if you can tell in our 2019 version on the left, we don't have that. So I'm going to exit out of the 2019 version, and we're going to focus on our newest maintenance membership for you guys to follow. And we have this maintenance program that's on a PDF file, but it's mainly just for our technicians to be able to talk to and show those homeowners that really want to see a contract or an agreement on PDF. But for the last 4 years, it's all electronic. This is an attachment. A customer opts in by paying their maintenance membership, right? We don't collect a signature, even though down at the bottom, right, we have the customer information and we have a place for them to accept it and sign. They just opt in by paying us. Back 13 years ago, when we were mainly commercial company, we used to collect this signature from our customers. And that was a lot of human work to collect that signature, because in the commercial world, the managers would have to sign on it. But in the residential world, it was a lot of work, right? The customer, oh yeah, I'll get to you it. Please send it to me again. And then they would have to print it out, sign it, scan it, send it back to you. Then we did DocuSign, right? So we would just send them DocuSign, please sign it. Okay, I'll get to it. Send it to me again. Once they signed it, all right, when can we schedule you? Um, or can we couldn't even take prepayment, because most customers were used to us showing up first and then paying for it, right? We have evolved a lot on our maintenance program, and that's where I want to save you guys an energy, right? We can shortcut. You guys can take a shortcut of all the trial and error that we have done. All right, so let's dive in. Our maintenance service agreement will be performed during normal business hours so that we may provide you with maximum efficiency at the lowest possible cost. With the service agreement, we also commit to have services available 7 days a week, including holidays. ColdSolutions will respond to requests in a timely manner as to minimize downtime of equipment. The application of scientific, economic, and practical knowledge in order to maintain equipment, systems, materials, processes will be completed by each of our qualified technicians. So the first paragraph is just a little bit of housekeeping. My goal here today is to show you guys why we're including some of the words, some of the things that we include all throughout the maintenance program. So part of that housekeeping is saying, by you joining our maintenance program, we're going to be available to you 7 days a week, including holidays. We're going to be, what our slogan is, at your beck and call, there when you need us, right? That's what that means. We're going to be at your beck and call. So you could just say we're going to give you priority service, including holidays. After doing a little bit of housekeeping in the first paragraph, saying that we're going to be there during normal business hours to operate maintenance. Remember, we don't want the homeowner wanting us to do maintenance on Saturdays. Or it was very popular before COVID that people did not work from home. Both partners are working. Nobody's home during the day, and so everybody wants you to do maintenance after 5 p.m. Your customers end up trusting you. So they'll even leave us a key so we can do maintenance during regular business hours. But in return, as one of the biggest benefits that you want to offer is becoming available for when the AC fails, even during a holiday. But remember, we're calling this a preventative maintenance service. If you're there every 6 months, you hopefully shouldn't have to work on a holiday, because you've were trying to prevent the AC from failing. Great technicians know how to diagnose systems before they fail. And I like to think of this as an airplane technician. When you show up as an airplane technician, you don't leave a part on an airplane and say, it can make it one or two more flights, right? Because there's people in there in the plane. So it's the same thing when we show up to do maintenance as a preventive maintenance technician. You're going to test the part. And it is very important. We always tell our technicians, if you're not testing, you're guessing. And when you're testing the part, you can determine if that part will last another summer, another blizzard. And as a qualified technician, if it's not going to last another summer, you need to get the homeowner and show them. And if it's not going to last another summer, it needs to be their decision to leave it on there, not you as a technician, right? And so if they say, leave it on there, leave the part on there, let's try to make it through 4th of July weekend, right? Let's try to make it this summer. And then if it fails 4th of July weekend, they're going to say, oh, well, man, I should have replaced that part, right? So that's why you can promise them to be there holidays, because hopefully your customers trust you and you're not just replacing parts, you're testing the parts and you're telling them why you should replace it, right? Their number one service call in our industry, we know, is a run voltage capacitor. Capacitors fail all the time. They're like light bulbs. They have life expectancy. So why don't we replace them before they fail? But don't just replace it because, oh, it looks old. No, test it. Is it reading the capacity it should be reading? So that's why it's a little bit of housekeeping in the first paragraph, but it's very, very important that your technicians understand it and that your homeowners understand it. And then moving forward, If their AC was to fail during after maintenance, so you've done maintenance every 6 months, it's a mechanical running system. So since it's a mechanical running system, it has a probability of failing, and it's going to fail. And when it does fail, you're only going to charge them $85 diagnostic because for being a maintenance member. You may say, "Oh, you're losing money, Fred. It's very low diagnostic." Yes, but they're not going to call anybody else for that repair, right? It's $85 because they're continuously doing maintenance with you. You could be charging $125, $200 diagnostic to other customers, but for your maintenance customers, you charge $85. You can set that at $55. You can set that to $100. I don't care, but you're going to outline it here, how much you're going to charge them. We're also not going to charge them overtime charges or after hours or weekends or holidays for joining our membership. And we're not going to charge them trip charges. So no more additional fees in the city limits that you're in. Of course, we have customers that sometimes want us to go all the way to their ranch. They understand that they're going to, you can customize their maintenance program to like include it. That's the service fees that they need to understand that you're not including a repair in the maintenance. You're just there to do maintenance. And now we're going to get to what's the actual maintenance your technicians perform, because we want consistency every single time. And we have a way longer checklist for our technicians to follow points. But the ones we highlight for the summer is clean condenser coils of every unit with coil cleaning solution. And a reason why it's in bold versus the other ones, because how many times do we know of a customer paying for maintenance, especially people charging $50 maintenance? Or the other day I walked into Home Depot and Home Depot is charging $8.99, $8.99 for maintenance. And of course, technicians that show up they barely even replace the air filters. They barely even unclog a drain line. They barely even clean the condenser coil. One of my biggest pet peeves is that you look at the condenser coil and it's like, you sure they're doing maintenance? Because this thing's dirty, right? And so that's why we put that in bold, because it's like, if if a technician is not doing that, that's not going to be our company. And I bring that up to the homeowner. Remember, this is something you're presenting to the homeowner. So you want to make sure that they understand you're taking AC operations, refrigerant pressures and temperatures. You're testing the compressor, the motor voltage, amp draws, lubricating any moving parts, testing all safety features, your safety float switches you can talk about, right? Pressure switch, low pressure switch, high pressure switch. You don't want to get too technical with them. This is more aimed at the homeowner, what they care about, right? Drainless, and then checking thermostat operations. How many times do we go up to a thermostat as a technician and you see that they replace the filter, but the thermostat is not reset, that they have replaced the filter? Just like when you go get an oil change, imagine you do an oil change and they don't reset your mileage of an oil change. So then 3 months later, that thing, the light turns on and it makes you question, did they even change my oil last time I was there? So very, very important that your technicians know that. Let's reset that reminder on the thermostat that we replaced the air filter. Going to the fall winter maintenance, October, November, you can test all the safety features. Very, very important that you're testing safety features on the heater, because a lot of houses that burn down is from malfunctioning heaters. They're electric heaters, all the dirt on the elements. If they're gas burners, they're not burning properly, right? So you can inspect heat exchangers, how many times they used to crack back in the day. Now that you have 20, 25-year warranty on heat exchangers by most manufacturers, but back then they used to crack, and it was dangerous because then that meant it leaked out gas, natural gas that can kill somebody. You're going to clean and adjust burners, right? You're going to clean evaporator if accessible. Remember, we're down Texas, we're in attics, hot attics. You don't want to be cleaning the evaporator in the summertime because those hot attics are hot, right? So you're going to do a little bit more work in the fall and the winter, right? Because you're up in a hot attic. And if it's not accessible, that's something that you can offer them later on. Hey, can we install furnace to coil transition? So we make that evaporator accessible with the access window and clean it. And not only are we going to do heating operations during the fall, We're also going to monitor the AC. We're also going to test the AC. We're going to do all the maintenance on the AC as well during the fall, because a lot of times your technicians aren't that busy in the fall. It's right after the summer. So you want to make sure that, at least in South Texas, that both the AC and the heater are working, because our weather, one day you're turning on the AC, the next day you're turning on the heater, same night, right? So that's why in South Texas, we focus on both AC and heating. So big selling points for a lot of your homeowners here, but also these gives instructions to your technicians, so you perform the maintenance the same way every single time. No, it doesn't matter if you as the owner go do the maintenance or one of your technicians goes and does the maintenance. So you're very consistent with what maintenance you're performing. That alone, you guys can comment below, what is this maintenance worth to you? How much would you sell that maintenance for, right? Would you sell this service at $100 and then again in the fall at $100? Would you sell it at $200 and again at $200? I believe that you should perform such a good maintenance each visit that you're there, not rush to the next one, that if you were to charge $200, it's worth it. If you were to charge $500, it's worth it, right? I'm not saying what you should be charging, but I'm saying that just this alone, the maintenance that you're actually performing, should be so well performed that without any other benefits, it's worth for the customer paying the $200 for that maintenance. So let's say $200 in the spring and $200 in fall, it's $400 in a year that it's that just doing proper maintenance is worth their $400. And you're including giving them priority service during holidays, you're including a lower diagnostic price, and you're including no after hours, no weekends or holiday charges. So I think that alone should make it worth it. But you can tell the customer, but wait, there's more, right? These are the benefits of your equipment. We're going to try to extend the life of your equipment. We're going to lower utility bills. We're going to do higher efficiency, right? So what does some of this mean? Lower utility bills. Why do I have that in bold compared to extended equipment life? Because a lot of times we don't know how hot it's going to be in the summer, how cold it's going to be in the winter. So I don't want to promise that they're not seeing lower utility bills, but that's one of our goals on their equipment. I can promise them extended equipment life, because I've seen that. Just cleaning dirt off of AC condensers alone extends the life of an AC, right? Higher efficiency. Every time I've done maintenance every 6 months, we've adjusted blower motors to run slow, to remove humidity, or run faster to cool better so the air can reach from the ceiling vent all the way to the bottom floor. So I know that that's also something that we will do, is higher efficiency on HAC. Improve reliability, so they don't call us. They don't have an urgency service call. We want them to really trust us and believe that that's our goal, that we don't want their urgency service call money, right? We rather have the capacity to service new customers that are not doing maintenance and charge them those urgency service calls. But as a maintenance member, we're not charging them urgency service calls. It's not our goal to make money from them that way. So we're trying to reduce their repairs, maintain warranties. Let's say we installed the AC 5 years ago. If they're doing maintenance with us, if you look in the fine print on the manufacturers, it says the part is under warranty if they're doing maintenance, labor warranty. But the catch is that they're doing their maintenance. If they're not doing their maintenance, we're not going to warranty a motor year 8, year 9, because they've never done maintenance to it, right? So maintain warranties. Extended repair labor warranties. Okay, here's another one for you guys that we could do another video on. And I would love for you guys to leave comments on what you guys want me to make videos about, right? So please drop your comments below about what points you want us to go further on. Extended repair labor warranties. What does that mean? So if I do a repair on a capacitor, on a contactor, on a blower motor, most contractors only give 30-day labor warranty, 90-day labor warranty. We give up to a year of labor warranty on that part. But if it's an AC we installed, we do up to 10 years on labor warranty, right? Right? You can even offer lifetime warranty on all your repairs. So again, that will be for different videos. But since you're doing the maintenance, they're going to want to do the repairs with you because you're giving these extended warranties. And that's all up, we're focused on their equipment. This entire column is focused on their equipment. And R22 and 410A refrigerant charge. So we're going to top off their ACs with R22 and 410A refrigerant. That way, they they don't have to spend money on refrigerant. Huge benefit, especially now with refrigerant, with the new refrigerant that has come out. Um, you can off their old AC if it needs refrigerant. Why do you guys think we offer that? Well, we offer that benefit because it is a great way to protect your homeowners from bad contracting, right? There's too many contractors or companies or technicians out there that go unclog a drain line and they will also include in their invoice that they added 1 pound, 2 pounds of refrigerant. And I always think, well, did they search for a leak? Why didn't they search for a leak? As a follow-up technician, we don't know if they did or didn't add refrigerant. We can't tell. It's a way to protect homeowners from bad contracting, right? It's also a way to bring in new customers. Imagine just advertising free refrigerant if you join our membership. Free refrigerant. How many new customers you can obtain with just that one benefit alone, right? You have to join in your membership. So that's a new benefit that we've added. It's worked very, very well for us. And really what you're trying to do is if you do have to add refrigerant, search for the leak and repair the leak, right? But sometimes, not all the time, there's a leak. If somebody else installed it 5 years ago and that technician just installed it and did not add the additional charge of refrigerant according to the copper lines that run, or let's say 10-year-old AC, and we all know the compressors, I think, lose efficiency 2% per year. And so you might have to add a pound so the efficiency of that compressor stay after the 10 years, right? That you're losing, you're seeing that. Every time you connect your gauges, every technician that's been there, if each time gauges have been connected to that AC, some refrigerant stays on your hoses. So if 6 ounces stay in those hoses and you've been there every 6 months for 10 years, you've removed refrigerant every time you've connected your hoses. So not every time there's a leak is my point. If you guys want this document, I can share this document. Go to our school community and we will have a lot more in-depth training about our maintenance program. So you can join by clicking on the link down in the description and we will have this PDF file and more training, additional training available to you, right? So just join the school community and we'll have it there. Moving on, you are our number one concern as the homeowner. And so here are the benefits for the customer. So on the left is the benefits for the AC, the equipment, the system, benefits for the customer. 15% discount on all service costs. We're charging them for diagnostic at 15% discount. So they are getting 15% discount on all service costs, includes parts and labor, 24-hour emergency service, no overtime, locked in diagnostic price. So we grandfather in their diagnostic price above. We also grandfather in their maintenance price. So if they're paying $200 every single time we do maintenance, it's going to be grandfathered in for as long as they are members. And then a new thing we also added is ColdSolutions Bucks, which we're all very familiar with the reward programs. Every time we go eat at our favorite restaurants, they give us points, and then we go back and get a free burrito. We give them priority service at your beck and call, 4 to 6 hour response time. So if they call us at 8 in the morning, okay, we're gonna try to be there the same day, right? That's a 4 to 6 hour response time. If they call us at 3 a.m., that gives us the opportunity to respond until 8 in the morning, right? So hopefully you guys have an answering service, third party, if once it's after 3, once it's after business hours, that way your phone gets answered 24/7. But you're for you as a company, but also for them. And then more benefits: 1 year labor warranties on all indoor air quality. So we added that one after COVID
because there was other companies in our space, in the HVAC space, installing UV lights because they killed COVID-19, right? So we're like, okay, we go to some customers and we're like, oh, where'd you get this? Like, why didn't you call us? Like, oh, because somebody came and knocked and they installed it all around our neighborhood. They killed COVID-19. It's like, yeah, we also installed it, but they're not properly installed. Your UV light's not even working. And try to get that company to come back and do they're, oh no, they would blame the light. The light didn't work. They sell them a new light. When it's like, no, it's just they installed it improperly. They didn't put its own dedicated transformer. They put it where it's touching the evaporator coil, so it's water made it go out or whatever. So that giving 1 year labor warranty on all indoor air quality products would help us bring customers to us. And the reason why we don't extend that over indoor air quality products, because most of those indoor air quality products have UV lights that the UV light cells only last a year. About labor, right? So big selling point, but also it's a big benefit for your homeowner. Diagnostic of any required repair detected during preventive maintenance and immediate quote. So one of the biggest things that I think a lot of companies will do is they'll go do maintenance, but they don't quote out jobs that should be that homeowner also needs. So they go do the maintenance and the drain pan is rusted. We're not going to carry a drain pan in our van, but we should immediately know the price and quote them right there. So that way we get the approval from the homeowner before we even leave that they do want us to replace that drain pan or that ductwork that a rodent ate. We give them an immediate quote, and that way we're already scheduling them before we even leave. We've already scheduled them for the next service. Right? If everything was perfect, okay, then you schedule their next maintenance. But giving them that immediate quote. How many contractors waste the homeowner's time by not giving out quotes? They just say, yeah, we'll email it to you. Yeah, we'll send it. That's money that you're leaving on the table. And also not properly helping a homeowner. Special membership sales, special deals. So here, we're even telling the homeowner that you will be having special offers to them, right? So when your technicians are not busy or as busy, because if you're a really good running company, you should always be busy. But if you have a little bit of slower season, this is when you can tell your homeowner, hey, you have two ACs. Should we start planning on replacing both ACs? They're both 15 years old. Can I give you an offer you can't say no to, that you're not advertising anywhere? You're literally going to go up to them like, your ACs are perfectly maintained, they're working perfectly fine, but let's replace that AC. That system is old, and just so they can save on energy, have quieter system, a system that is installed by you, that is a higher standard installation. So you're already telling the homeowner that you're gonna hook them up with better pricing, better systems. So you're already warning them here. And then lastly, you can have additional benefits. Examples would be maintaining labor warranties for some customers that have home warranties or media air cleaner filters, etc. Additional benefits that should be here on their more benefits when you want to customize the maintenance program for your homeowners. So hopefully this helps you guys develop your maintenance program and you see the benefits that you should be including in your maintenance program. So you attract better homeowners, so you attract better technicians into your company, and this allows you to grow your company the right way without all the marketing. And so if you need more help with this, there's a link, school link, community that we're building with like-minded individuals where we're collaborating on our growth versus competing, right? The link is down in the description, and I would love for you guys to join.
If you're considering offering an HVAC, looking at the camera, breathe deeply, release, let's go. If you're considering offering am I good? Hi, my name is Frederick, and refer you to their friends. While helping your business create, I'll break down what benefits matter most to customers, what benefits you must All right, so let's dive in. All right, let's dive in.